Welcome to another fun video from Easy or Else. I thought since it's December and this would be a fun project to share with you now. It's easy, it's fun, and it's inexpensive, and most likely things you're going to have in your house. So let's do this. What you're going to need is some paper plates, some coffee filters, and then you will need a glue gun for this project, and then some kind of ribbon for a hanger. So, in this case I'm going to use 2 plates, and I'm just going to glue them together to make it a little thicker. All I did was draw an inner circle. Looks like I came in about 1 inch from that edge of the paper plate. And I'm just going to cut that out before I glue it. So, there's our ring, and you can see on this one, all this is coffee filters glued to the paper plate. The weight on the wreath is really light if you're going to hang it over a mirror or on a cabinet. That works out really nice. I'm just going to put some rings around here and glue these together. For the coffee filter part, you'll do this part before you start your glue gun. All you're going to do is take probably about 50 at least of these and separate them. And all you're going to do is fold it into quarters. So you're going to fold it in half and in half again, so you have a point. And then you just hold that and you squeeze with your fingers and squish it all together. That's it. And you just, all that does is leave that kind of point as a little tail. And you're just going to do that over and over, but it goes really fast. Once you have a nice pile, and you're just going to start gluing these on. You're going to use that little tap, and that's the part that's going to stick to the plate. So you're going to start from the outside edge and then start to work your way in. Line them right up next to each other. And make sure you don't burn yourself. A tip too, if you're afraid of burning your fingers, keep an old pencil handy, and you can just use that to push in so you don't have to get your fingers too close to the hot glue. You're just going to keep working your way around. So you can see how that's starting to shape up. Try to start that second round instead of right on top of the other one. Overlap those so that it offsets the pieces. So this part goes really fast. This is where the pencil will come in handy because it'll be harder to get your fingers in there. You can see how quickly that's starting to fill up already. And they don't have to be just at the holidays, at Christmas time. I keep my wreath up all year round, so you can see it's starting to get close. Okay, this one right here, that's just two full rounds on the paper plate. And you can see how full that is already. So that third round now is going to finish covering up that plate, and then we'll just, if you see a plate anywhere in the middle, you'll just stick an extra piece right there and it'll cover that up. I'm just putting spots of glue because I'm now at the flat part of that paper plate spot down in there, about maybe 1 inch apart. See how some of the ridges are higher and lower? It actually gives it a nice texture. But if you think there's one that's just sticking out way too high and it bothers you, just take your scissors and cut it off. There's also another fun thing that I did on one. I used to glue on a sponge and just, or like Mod Podge, you could use that. Something that has a little bit of glue or sticky to it. Put it on the edge and then you sprinkle glitter on it and shake it off, and some of the edges have glitter on them. That looks really cool. I decided I want a little more opening on the inside. I can do that from the back side. I can just cut a little more away. So now you can see there, you can barely see any of the ring. Once you're pretty happy with where you're at with it, after that is your hanger. Any kind of ribbon Or in my case, I use mine all year round, so I just have burlap. And then if you want to add a bow to it, you can do that. Depends on where you're going to hang it. If you're going to hang it in a doorway or over a mirror. But look at that. It turns out just beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Easy or Else and make something to keep or to give. And if you look at these, that actually looks really cool.